Welcome back, kids. Today's offer, crazy. Well, I mean, our whole thing is like giving you crazy offers. And you guys depend on us for crazy at this juncture, I think. You guys are like, oh, you guys are the ones that do the crazy stuff. And it's like, if it's not crazy enough, then y'all are like, that wasn't crazy enough. So you hold us to a really high standard. So we want to achieve and surpass that standard today with what we got on the table for you. We've talked before about Rioja. We've talked about the size of Rioja. We talked about it's a huge place. We're talking millions of cases of wine. We're talking tons of old vineyards, mature vineyards, beautiful vineyards, vineyards that used to be young, but as we've all aged, are now officially old. So that's going to create a series of honey holes, you know, like a series of like super groovy opportunities from producers you may not know about, but in great vintages, when they go through the whole process, it makes for like dynamic value. And that's what we encountered today. This is Marqués del Silvo. Are these guys mentioned in the same breath as Lopez Heredia and La Rioja Alta and these kind of guys? No, they're not. Are they really good? Yes. Did they have tons of old vineyards? Yes. Are they classically Riojano in their vinification and aging? Yes. So when you get a great vintage, is the wine going to be pretty solid? Hell yeah. But the key is going to be the price, which we'll get to. But basically, we're talking about, these guys actually have some great vineyards. A lot of old vines. This wine, the 2015 Gran Reserva, is made from vines that are over 70 years old, which, you know, Rioja talks both ways. There's a lot of younger vineyards in Rioja, and there's a lot of older vineyards. But a lot of the older vineyards can kind of get lost in the shuffle in this big kind of like with the Cunes and whatever, where they just kind of get, you know, put into different blends and everything. Top wines, Gran Reserva wines, right? So when you taste a Gran Reserva from a house that uses a lot of different blended vineyards, there's going to be a lot of great old gear in those wines because that's what makes them so good. That's the case here with Marqués del Silvo. Classic Tempranillo base, 30 months aging in wood and then further aging later, you know, in bottle. There's really, they're not doing anything out of the norm for classic Rioja wine. But we like classic Rioja wine. So going out of the norm, do you necessarily want to do that? Sure, it works. We work with some great small importers that make fabulous modern progressive Rioja wines as well. There's room for both camps. And this wine sits comfortably in the classic camp of Rioja winemaking. All right. Yeah. This is Gran Reserva. All right, so even the okay guys in Rioja, which these guys are above okay, they only do the Gran Reserva in the top years. They don't make Gran Reserva in lesser years. 15 was a delicious top flight vintage in Rioja. A warm year, a year that produced generous, tasty, delicious wines like this one. For example, Rioja Alta loved 2015 as a vintage. They made all their Selección Especial wines in 2015. It's that type of year there. In this case, you get the 2015. You get the warmth. You get the generosity. You get the juiciness of the vintage. Absolute delight to drink. This is actually, it's funny. You know, we did the deal after tasting this wine, and this wine's an even better bottle than the one we did the deal on, which I love when that happens. Honestly, it's kind of like the first one was good, but this one's better. I love that. You know, Gran Reservas aren't cheap. Even the base ones are still, you know, pretty pricey. So these guys had a totally reasonable price of $32 on their Gran Reserva already. So this is 9-year-old, great vintage Tempranillo, has a score, 93 points. It was already in there. The price on this is stupid. 13 bucks. You kind of need to buy this, or you just like hate life and you hate wine and the whole, yeah, go punch a unicorn. This is really serious, beautiful Rioja at a ridiculous price. 13 bucks, 2015, Gran Reserva. Get yourself some. Yeah, Rioja.